Welcome back, Telling Tigers. Ready for another edition of our Backpack of Success Skills. This week we are focusing on emerging innovator. And like always, I like to highlight some of the words that are on this chart that define what an innovator is. It says they have a sense of inquiry and curiosity, that you apply the design process to create new solutions and products, and that you continually seek feedback to make improvements, and you're open to taking risks. Some great things there. And the first thing that comes to my mind is some of the things that we do every time we're visiting the STEM lab and often in our classroom, where we are being innovators and coming up with solutions to problems. So the book that I had for you today is called The Most Magnificent Thing, and it is written by Ashley Spires. So magnificent, I'm thinking of splendid, extraordinary, brilliant, some brilliant ideas. I know that you all are used to that. So, this is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all things together. They eat, they explore, they make things, he unmakes things. One day, the girl had a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it looks. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it, and make things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant, which of course is her best friend, her dog. Next, they gather all of the supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way, and they get to work. The girl tinkers, hammers, measures, while her assistant pounces, growls, and chews. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even sort of good. It is all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She smooths and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tags and wags. When she has finished, she stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. All wrong. You can see that it fell apart. But goodness gracious, I'm seeing that she's not giving up. She is still going to try another solution. She's open to feedback. Let's see if she figures it out. The girl saws and glues. She stands and examines. She twists and tweaks. She fixes and straightens. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square, round, gives it legs, gives it an antenna. She even makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small, even smells of stinky cheese. But none of them are magnificent. I sure hope she perseveres. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has done. And I can tell from her facial expression, she is getting frustrated. In fact, she is getting mad. The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces. She jams parts together. She pummels them. Her hands feel too big to work, and her brain is too full of all the not right things. If only the thing would just work. Crunch! Ouch! The pain starts in her finger. It rushes to her brain, and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. I'm not good at this. I quit. We don't ever do that. Her assistant suggests a walk. It's not much at first, but before long, she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The second, the bad feelings are starting all over again. But then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel on the next. There are all sorts of parts that she really likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the most magnificent thing. She works carefully, slowly, tinkering, hammering. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left. It is a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climbed aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing. So as you can tell, she made herself and her best friend a little scooter that can get them around faster, easier, takes less energy. Wow, her thinking really did pay off. So just like in your STEM lab, as scientists do, they ask, they plan, they come up with other solutions, they improve and create. That's just what she did. And just like you are going to do each time you are faced with a challenge to solve. So my challenge to you today is just thinking about things you have around your room, thinking about things that may be in a recycling bin. What could you make that would be the most magnificent thing? Always use your brain to think and to create. And that's what another success skill is in our backpack, to be an emerging innovator. Again, I know you can do this each and every day. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.